Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another Marine ECM, this time coming from Alabama. Wes, this is your computer. Sorry for the delay, but I'm actually loaded. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. I actually tested this computer partially a couple of days ago or so. And he goes, Mike, can you tell me when you're going to do this? I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry, but I'm trying to, as much as I can, to keep up with everything. The thing is, I'm the only one that is going to be repairing your computer. So if you want that, I have to have a little more time because sometimes, especially in both computers, I get a lot of automotive and both computers require more and intricate connections, and that takes a little longer. So, and I'm trying always not to just test one computer. I try to test a few so I don't have to just connect one and disconnect, which is going to take me very, very long time. Not productive wise, very savvy for me. So sorry if it took a little longer, but like I said, I did connect it before. Let me just show you the computer. All right, so I got the computer connected in here, and I have, as you see, the markings. Yeah, the camera is catching that really nicely. The computer part number is a 125A4052, which is a MEFI 4B. The odd thing, and this is where it's like a curveball to me, is this is an airboat, and it has a custom tune. It's a 572, so this is a very big engine. And the concerns is no injector firing. He said he shorted the water temperature sensor to positive, and then since then he has no injector firing. I have the notes, and I normally do. I have created a folder for the customer. Let me make sure it's on the screen, and it is. All right, so let's read the concerns on the email because in the notice, not really much. It says, good afternoon. I'm hoping you can determine if my MEFI 4 can be repaired or needs to be replaced with some details on to my situation. I was replacing an engine in my airboat, and somehow the coolant temperature sensor and the two-wire harness, identical connectors on the distributor. Now, I guess, let me see, I was replacing... and somehow the coolant temperature sensor and the two-wire harness identical connectors on the distributor. So maybe he swapped them over. Now I get a positive polarity reading on both wires, and probably means he sees voltage on both sides of the injector. Well, if the computer is not running, you should see that with the ignition on, because when you turn the ignition on, power is sent over to the injectors. So yes, if you check with the ignition on and the connectors plug into the injector, you should see 12 volts on each of those pins. If the coil, again, this is a solenoid valve, right? That's what the injectors are. If the solenoid valve windings are good, then you should see the power going in and out. Otherwise, you have a bad injector. And you will not see that with the engine running. You will see a pulsing voltage. Why? Because the computer is grounding one side, right? One side will be power, and the other side of that solenoid will be the ground side control coming from the computer when the engine is running. So having positive on both sides of the injector with the injector connected with the ignition on is correct. It says, I believe I have shorted this channel out when I connected the plus-minus distributor connection to the resistance sensor for the temperature, as no slide test resulted in a fail. So I feel free to call me if this is unclear. No, I actually got you in there, Wes. We have the note, and I call him, no firing, short water temperature sensor, and those are the notes, because as you can see here in his note, he didn't put anything. I also wrote, you see, this has been actually more like 10 days in here, 460.02 hours. A little on the downside from having a custom tune is I don't know why the tuner lock the diagnostic, so I cannot get the diagnostic with Diacom. I can see partial, and let me show you. Should I keep you? Yeah, let me just show you Diacom here, and I have the oscilloscope connected to the computer. So I'm going to disconnect. You can see right now it's 460.03 hours, but I'm going to reestablish communication so you can see what I'm talking about in this screen. So right here, all I'm going to do, let me move this over here so you can see it better. I'm going to select with Diacom MEFI 1 to 4, and we click OK. I normally select the mode 1, which is the one with full diagnostics, and it goes in. So the computer is communicating because I have a power up, and everything is communicated properly. But as soon as I try to connect, it connects and disconnects, connects and disconnects. So link and not link. It doesn't let me read any of the values. The only thing I can read is if I go into mode 0. So if I enter mode 0, but this is very limited because all it shows us in here is just some data. Like, let me actually show you. If I go over to here, which I can select, or deselect what the parameters are being shown, right? That's parameters are called PIDs, and they're all selected. So in this menu, it's just very limited. So he didn't remove the mode 0, but he did remove mode 1 from diagnostics. Not sure why. But yeah, in here I can connect, and yeah, you can see now that I can read the hours of the boat, 400 or the computer, sorry, 460.03, and I can also read the temperature, which is good. Let me back and leave a message. We can read the temperature sensor. So I'm going to just briefly move you over to this view here, because I want you to see some things. So I have real injectors connected to this computer. So this is what it takes a lot longer. So this is not just, a partial test. This is a full test. So I have the computer connected. I have the fuel pump, and the fuel pump relay. So this is the test light connected to that relay. When that comes on, we should see that. So I'm going to turn the ignition off, turn it back on, and we can see the fuel pump. As you can see that coming on and off, which is good. Also on my simulator here, this is the simulator that provides powers and grounds and controls all the sensors. I can see the sensor ground good in the firewall reference. I also can see the IEC. So I'm not sure exactly what kind of calibration is this, because it's a distributor. It looks like it has a distributor and only one coil activation, even though it's a 572. But again, without the tune or the full description, because I spoke to him and he's like, yeah, this is a 572 airboat. Guys, so when you send a computer to me, please describe everything as a distributor, as a full 8 coils or not, because yes, in the boat you might know that, but I work in so many different computers and so many different boats that I need your help. The most information you put in your notes, the better I can test your equipment or your computer, and I can help you with that. All right? But well, so in his notes, that's all I can go by. He's saying that we have that problem. So we have sensor ground, sensor power, and what I can see the IAC in here. Again, injectors are connected in here, so the load box, which I have here, is only connected for the coil, so we will see the fire on the coil and on the oscilloscope, which is this tool right here. So I have the 2 channels connected to the real injector. So these are these wires you see here with these jumpers, because this computer has only 2 drivers to fire the 8 injectors. So bank A is going to fire four injectors, and bank B is going to fire the other 4 injectors. And 1 coil or coil firing on the distributor, and the distributor will distribute that spark to its specific cylinders as the distributor rotates. All right, so that is, so you can see that. And we can see the computer is turning on. So all you will see in that image is exactly what I'm about to show you here. So in the right side, sorry guys. The left side is the white screen is the diagnostic. The black side is the oscilloscope. That is like a fancy, super fast multimeter with graph, just so you can understand what an oscilloscope is. That will take those voltages and will give us a representation on an image on the screen of those voltages as they change through time on injector firing, coil firing, and even the tachometer. So you understand each line I have in there is called channel. The blue channel is connected to injector bank A. The red channel is connected to injector bank B. The green channel is connected to the coil firing. And the yellow channel at the bottom is connected to the tachometer signal. And now I'm going to inject the RPM signal. I can disregard that noise because I might not have the correct signal for the cam and crank or the distributor, because I'm not even sure exactly what am I dealing with, but it's firing, which is good as long as I don't have any codes, which I'm going to put another pin in here, and we can see that we got 0 trouble codes. I got 0 trouble codes. I got temperature sensor reading, and I got the hours. I don't have minutes of running. No, it doesn't give me even that. It has a warning buzzer is going on and off, but I'm not sure why, because again, I don't have diagnostic. So it's a little hard to understand what's going on here, but let me try to change the temperature. Let me just go into my simulator. 2, 4, 6. So the 6 knot, 2, 4, 6. Let me try to change the temperature. And as you can see, I'm changing it. And it's changing as I am moving it. You see, it wasn't 135. I'm right now 174 or so. Let me just go down. I went too far up. So that will probably put them into almost like over temperature. But I have injector firing. So I have injector coil, I got tachometer signal, I got 0 trouble codes, and the computer can read temperature and I can change it. Because I told Wes, if this is positive injected to the computer on the coolant temperature signal, then we will not be able to change the temperature, and that might be a not repairable. But looking at this without opening the computer, because I haven't even opened the computer, and I don't really like to open these kind of computers just to open it up. It seems like you might have a wiring issue in the boat, Wes, because realistically, I can change the temperature. I can see the injectors firing. So what else is damaged? You might have cooked the coil driver. The only thing that I would like to see, no, but actually, no, it could not be the case. Let me just see one thing, because I thought this was a well, that's not, no, this is not a Cruiser. Sorry, this is a 1258, so it cannot. No, actually, no. Everything is good. Why? Because I do have, in this view, let me just show you guys, I have ignition modules connected here to, because I have up to 8 coils on these computers. So the only way that module works is if it will be only if receives the correct signal from the computer after the cam and crank sensor signals are read, it will fire. So no, I was going to say maybe the signal could be inverted and he is not seeing it, but what I might see in here, maybe you cooked the ignition module in your distributor when you connect it to the coolant temperature sensor, because one of them is ground. So maybe you connected that over to the connector. I'm not sure exactly what kind of connector he has, because I have absolutely 0 pictures or any data to go by. So all I'm doing is a guesstimate, right? But I can check the computer. Do we have injector firing? Yes, I do. I'm actually going to increase the RPMs. Let me select the RPM so you can see where we are too. But I might clear up a little more those injectors firing, especially after like 2500 RPM, and I can definitely hear it now. You see how now they're clearing up? And those are real injectors. You can see that my scale for those injectors is up to 200 volts. I'm going to put just one cursor to read. That will help me read the amount of voltage of that spike, and it's 93.09 volts. So are those injectors firing? Are those injectors being commanded? Let me put that picoscope in your view. Actually, let's go back to this view. Sorry, because I was talking and I forgot to move you here, but now you can see what I'm talking about. So I increased the RPMs. We're in 2,300, and looking now, the injectors firing. Are they firing? They are. So is the computer able to fire these injectors? Yes, it is. Do we have coils? Yes, we do. I don't have any fault codes. If I wouldn't have any fault codes to go by, I can tell you, okay, well, this is a multiple output coil computer, but since this is a custom tune, I cannot see that. So in this case, what I can recommend you, Wes, if you have any issues, is you have 2 choices. One will be to keep looking in the harness, or replace the injector, sorry, the ignition module in the distributor, because that might be the one that got damaged. I don't see any problems in the computers temperature wise. It can change. I can change the temperature, and the computer is reading that properly. And we have the injector firing. The injectors will not fire if the ignition module is damaged, because the computer needs to receive the confirmation from that signal back to fire the injectors. So it's an in and out. But again, without codes or anything, I am seeing no issues whatsoever with this computer. All right, guys, thank you so much. This is just a test. Again, with a limited information, this is all I can do. Partially, well, not partially, test all the outputs and input sensor grounds and IEC, but I don't know the whole story about the complete setup on this boat. But based on what I can see, and being a MEFI 4B, all the outputs that are supposed to be working are working, and all the sensor readings are reading properly, and we got zero trouble codes. So as it is, I will deem this computer working. You have either a bad tune that maybe got corrupted and is not firing properly, but again, since you have a custom tune, I don't know. And or you have, like I said, the distributor ignition module damage. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.